Hi, my name is Dean. Welcome to DoThatAtHome.com. We are going to install a garage vent today. We have an interesting situation here. Here at Do That at Home, we have a house built in 1916, so it's well over 100 years old. The garage, we don't know exactly when they built it. It seems unusual. It's a two-car garage, which is unusual for 1916. It's possible that it's original. We think it's probably about 70 or 80 years old. Either way, it's got water problems. I've got water coming in the siding. It's an old wooden lap siding. We've tried to repair as much as we could. Still get some water in there. The slab is cracked. Has its own problems. We've got water seeping up from there, and we've got water coming in from the foundation. So we've got a water problem. We've tried everything we could to an extent to kind of mitigate the water problems in here. But what happens, the water still gets in. The sun heats up the roof, the air in the garage heats up, that moisture gets pulled into the air as water vapor. It's going up into the rafters, and what we're realizing is we're getting some damage in the roof area and the top on the sides. So we're going to try to vent out some of this hot, moist air, and we're going to use a turbine, a wind-powered turbine roof vent. There's several different kinds. If you've read our post, we can go with a passive box vent. We can do a ridge vent. We can even do powered electrical and solar powered vents that are lovely. We've decided to go with this one. It's inexpensive and it's effective. So more effective than, say, the box vents or the ridge vents, which are passive vents. We want to get some motion going. We happen to live in a fairly windy area, so the wind blows pretty consistently. I think these are going to do just great. I think we paid about $50 each one. The manufacturer recommends that for the size, for the area of our garage, it's a 20-foot by 22-foot garage. They recommend just one wind turbine, should be plenty. But, like I said, we've got a water problem. It's pretty severe. We opted to go with two of them to make it even more effective. So we're going to start by measuring. Like I said, we're inside the garage. We're going to go on the roof to install these, but we are going to start in here and pick a place to put them on the roof. So if you'll follow me, we'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we've got about 11 rafter spaces in this garage, which is normal. This is also an odd garage in that it's a hip-on gable roof, which means we don't have room all the way on the corners. The roof kind of slants down at the corners of the ridge. So we're going to go somewhere towards the middle and space them out evenly. So what I've done, I've counted over 4 rafter spaces. The manufacturer recommends that we put this in a rafter space and approximately 16 inches down from the ridge. So we'll go and measure that. I'm just going to put a pilot hole in here after I get my drill bit back. Would you be so kind as to grab the drill bit that I grabbed? Thank you, camera person. All right. Okay, so I've come over 4 rafter spaces. The manufacturer recommends that we come down 16 inches from the ridge. I'm in the 4th rafter space over. So 16 inches is down here. I've got a 12-inch vent, so I'm going to come back up about 6 inches and we'll go to about 10 inches. Doesn't have to be exact. This is just a pilot hole so we know. So we know we're somewhere in that rafter space. There's our pilot hole on one side. We'll go ahead and put another one on the other side of the garage. All right, we are now up on the roof. Got everything we need up here. Brought with me a Sawzall. screwdriver, hammer, some roof tar, and some roofing nails. And this is our pilot hole that we dug from down below. So there you go. So we're going to take our roof vent and put it in place, and these are adjustable so you can get them to the correct angle of your roof, and they fit on most roofs. I think all that advertises all the way up to about a 12 pitch, so which is virtually a 45-degree angle. So so with our pilot hole here, we're going to pick a place for this to go. I like to layer it under the second layer of shingles here. I don't like to go under the ridge vent. This is all nailed in. So we're going to go here and give us about 4 to 5 inches from the ridge vent there. We're going to tuck it under that shingle. And my pilot hole I'm going to use as my center spot. This is the fancy template that came on the box for our roof vent here. So I'm just going to go ahead and slide that in place. We'll move that out of the way, and we will draw this on. Just like so. We'll set that aside. Got a thin line. We'll grab our Sawzall here. And I'm going to go ahead and just use my pilot hole as my starting spot. Yep. Try to keep things from sliding off the roof. So our hole is cut. I should have mentioned we did move the cars out of the garage, so we're safe there. We're going to go ahead and grab some roof tar here, and I like to just get a little bit underneath on the top lip, and just for some added extra security. All right, and this is just nothing fancy, standard roof cement. I'm just going to put a bead right along that line, so when I push my vent in, I'll take some of that tar with it. Like I said, it's not necessary, it's just an added precaution I like to take. Put that aside. I've already adjusted for the slope of my garage, and we'll go ahead. It's been a little warm lately, so these shingles are in pretty tight, so we're just gonna pry these up a little bit. All right, so we've got that wrapped up under our shingles. Pop in a couple of roofing nails all the way around. Okay, so we've got our nails in the corners here. We're going to go back to our roofing tar. We're going to get some way up on top. And cover our nails. And down along the edges. We don't want any water getting underneath. Okay, so we'll seal this in all the way around the edges. Now our roof is about a 412 pitch, which means it goes up by 4 feet vertically for every 12 feet that it goes horizontally. So it's not a steep roof. I can walk on it with no problem, but it is steep enough to shed water pretty effectively. So there are two schools of thought when you are tarring on your roof, tarring in a roof vent. And if you look at the bottom edge here, this roof is steep enough. I am going to leave the bottom edge unsealed. The reason behind it, I've gone around and sealed everything else. And if water for some reason does get in, it has a place to get out. On a lesser sloped roof, not a good idea. Wind-driven rain can get back up in there. We're not worried about it in this case. So we're just going to make sure we're all sealed up here. And I've got on just a, I don't know, rubber glove, latex glove, whatever they're calling them now. And I'm just going to make sure it's adhered well to the shingles and to the fleshing. Need a little bit more up in that corner. Come back for that. And you can do this with a putty knife if you don't have gloves. This is fine. The stuff is very messy. It's pretty annoying to get on your hands. If you do get it on your hands, mineral spirits will take it off fairly effectively. Or the old WD-40 trick, if anybody had Dad's can of WD-40 in the garage and get filthy and put WD-40 on your hands. It was like nothing ever happened. You'd stink. You'd smell like WD-40, but your hands would be clean. All right, and that looks to me to be effectively sealed. Take off and discard this glove. And we will tighten our clamp here. Now that we've set it the way we want to, be sure to set the angle on your roof vent before you seal it in. Once it's sealed in, if you have to make adjustments, it's not as much fun. So finding the right angle is a little tricky anyway. Do it without any tar to get all over the place. Oops, I should have brought a pliers. There we go. And we'll put on our top. And this has some predetermined holes in it. We'll see if we can find those. There we go. And in the package came these fancy screws. I'm going to go ahead and use those. It's already spinning, which means it's already working. Alright, and there you have it. She's all installed. That's the first of two. I will install the other one later this afternoon. We're going to skip for a little while and cut this part out because what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Alright. So there we have it. It's all installed. It's already spinning. It's working, pulling some air out of that garage. Thank you for joining us. Fuck. Yeah, do it. I don't know why I can't do it. All right, there we have it. It's already spinning. It's already pulling that air out of the garage. I'll do the other one later this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Do that at home, and make sure to. All right, be sure to like and subscribe to like us. I don't know what the fuck. Why can't I say this?
I don't know.
Okay. Please give us a like and subscribe to do that at home. And thank you for joining us in the backyard this afternoon.